Hi, third graders. Mrs. Kratz here. Chloe and I have been learning how to do long division, and I wanted to share a fun way that I teach my fifth graders to do it because it helped her out a lot. So we have a guy named Division Man, and we're going to add some features on his face that'll help us do long division. So we're first going to put some eyeballs on Division Man. And what do those eyeballs look like? They look like division signs. He's going to get a nose that looks like a multiplication sign, a mouth that looks like a subtraction sign, a goatee that looks like a check mark, a body that looks like an arrow pointing down, and an arm that looks like an arrow pointing back up to his eyeballs. And so that looks really silly right now, but I'm going to show you in today's 128A problem 1 how to use him to help you solve. So you're going to do 72 cents divided by 4. And we have to do how many times does 4 go into 7. So that's his eyes. His eyes tell me to divide. So I'm dividing 7 by 4. So 7 divided by 4 is 1. And then his nose tells us to multiply. So I'm going to put a little multiplication symbol there. 1 times 4 is 4. His mouth tells me to subtract. So I'm going to subtract those numbers and get 3. 7 minus 4 is 3. His chin tells me to check. And some kids want to skip this step, but it's super important. We want to make sure that this number we got down here is less than this number right here. If it's not less, then we made a mistake up here. So it is, good. So then I can go to his body. His body is a bring down arrow, so I'm going to bring down this 2. And now make that a 32. Now, look at this subtraction line we had right here. What happens if I just drop that down? What does that look like now? That looks like a division box. And what if I just bring this 4 down? Look what I'm dividing now. I'm dividing 32 divided by 4. And that's what his arm is. His arm is telling me to go, once I bring down that number, go back up to the top and divide again. So 32 divided by 4 is 8. His nose tells me to multiply. So I'm going to multiply the number I just wrote down, which is an 8, times 4, which is 32. His mouth tells me to subtract. So if I subtract those two numbers, I get 0. His chin tells me to check. I'm going to check to make sure 0 is less than 4, and it is. And then his body tells me to bring down. Are there any other numbers to bring down? Nope. So I don't have to do any more. So there is my answer of 18 cents. So hopefully Division Man helps. And what Chloe did when she first learned Division Man is she would draw him on her papers every single time she did a division problem. And guess what? Now, she doesn't have to draw it anymore because she knows it. Right, Chloe?